Hey folks, okay, this is moving way quicker than I thought it was going to on me. Let me move this down here. All right, so why are we in this trade? Wow. So I literally just got into this trade as we were chopping here, but I knew we had hot pink candles. And so let me just get my bearings here. Sorry guys, I literally just... We started coming up and getting around here. Let me zoom in here, sorry. We started chopping along, and what I noticed was we had an A+ setup on both ES and NQ to the downside. They run together. If you're unfamiliar, the ES and the NQ run together. So I had the ES and the NQ being monitored on our ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick Radar, which is going through our entire checklist to see if we have a setup. And it's giving an A+ setup to the downside and an A+ setup to the downside on both ES and NQ. I'm trading ES. So we started coming up a little bit, but we had hot pink candles, okay? Hot pink candles is your strongest downside data candle. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction, okay? If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. See right here, if you see pink, it will most likely sink. So I saw that we were kind of going sideways, but we had rich downside data. And that is what is so stinking cool about the Maverick AI Pro. The rest of the world was coming up, but I saw the rich downside data. So I got in, and well, you can see where I got in. Ooh, down confidence arrow like that. And this thing is just popping down. All right, let me walk you through this trade while we manage it. And if I have to stop talking to close it out, I will. We have a red background. The bears are in control. This is all using our Maverick indicators from the Ultimate Edge bundle. The only one that's not in the Ultimate Edge bundle is the Maverick zones, which I'll talk about in a second here. Okay, so red background, the bears are in control. All right. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. All 5 traders, think of T1 through T5 as traders. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. So if you like to have a bunch of charts up on your screen and you like to monitor for confluence through a bunch of different time frames, this guy's for you. The Maverick Multi-X. This is like trading with 5 other traders with completely different styles, and they vote across 6 time frames every single tick. And right now they're all bearish across 6 time frames, and you can actually add a 7th time frame if you want, and you can change these time frames if you'd like as well. We got an A+ setup on both ES and NQ. This is very powerful. When you put 2 symbols that are supposed to run together on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, and when they both agree that they have a setup, that's huge. The ES and the NQ run together. You'll barely ever see the NQ go like this, and at the same time the ES go like that. Just doesn't happen. Could it happen? I don't know, but they run together, okay? I don't like to talk in absolutes. Price is below the blue line. We like to go short when price is below the blue line. We call that the Maverick guide. Price is below the blue line. We like to go long when price is above it. Now this is 2 a.m., so you're not going to get these huge moves, but you get the point. Okay. All right. Maverick trender pegged to the top. When this line is pegged to the top, that's showing massive strength and momentum. Red to the downside, green to the upside, and you get this downtrend label. But right now, we got to watch this thing because we're getting into the last minute of the 5-minute turn. You guys know I sit on my hands the first minute and the last minute of any 5-minute turn, no matter what time frame I'm trading. So we made this red. This is going to be in the toolkit that comes out later this month, but the Maverick toolkit. But it comes with this atomic clock down here, and actually will turn your timing red so that you can be aware of any market maker manipulation, if you ask me. And then the Maverick zones. I know I'm going through this quick, but just, many of you guys have owned the indicators. So I do want to talk about why this trade is working out so well. So we have two zones. We're now stuck between two zones, auto-drawn by the Maverick zones. The Maverick zones auto-draws your support and resistance zones by probability, not where price touched last time and all this. It's literally doing a formula in the background to decide where should these zones be. And what's cool is when price gets close to the zones, it gives you this score. And this score is the probability of price holding or breaking. Anything less than 90% is fair game for breaking. Okay, so right now we're busting through a 76 score. Okay, and these scores are pretty equal, 76 and 80, pretty equal. So we could break through here and just get stuck here for a little bit. Now I'll remind you, if you look at the time, it is 7:31 a.m., right? So pretty early in the morning, Wall Street's still sleeping. And we are, folks, I want to also tell you, we're only in one contract. We are only in one contract. All right, so now this is a level to level game. Comes down, comes up, gets stuck, comes down, comes back up, gets stuck, and maybe this is going to be our next destination. Don't know. We take what the market gives us. What I can tell you as we watch this trade is I have a weak score here, so game for breaking. This is your next zone, okay? We have a red background. The bears are in control. We have A+ setups on both ES and NQ, which just gives me a little bit more confidence when two symbols who are aligned both have A+ setups, okay? And you can see we get this all aligned message right here, okay? All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. So, and Maverick Trender is pegged to the top. We call these flat tops. When that line can't go any further, it's showing massive strength and momentum to the downside, and you have a downtrend label, okay? This is what we do, folks. We stack probability in our favor. We stack probability in our favor. All right, so I'm going to watch this thing. If we start popping down, I might add one contract just to get to my kind of daily goal here. But let's watch this thing. So again, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want some edge in the market, not financial advice, do your own research. Never any guarantees in any market. We know that. Somebody can tweet something at any time. But man, how did I know to get into this trade when the rest of the world saw price coming up? I saw price going down, right? Because I had hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Again, we're in one contract. That's it. So we could get hung up here. No big deal, because this is a zone. And you're not even wondering, why are we getting hung up? And if we get hung up down here, you're not wondering, why did we get hung up? Because you know where your zones are, the Maverick zones, which is out now on TradingView. It'll be released in about a week on NinjaTrader. And all our indicators on the Ultimate Edge bundle work on NinjaTrader and TradingView. You know where your zones are. And it auto draws these zones for us. We don't even have to think about it. How cool is that? If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Okay, pink is your strongest downside data candle. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Okay, look how it just turns my charts into heat maps. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. How stinking fun is this? Okay. All right, we're getting into that last minute of a new 5-minute turn, so we're going to be very cautious here. Okay, very cautious. Actually, wouldn't mind a little retracement and then add to my position. Just saying. Okay, and you can see how the zones changed, and now you have different scores here. Why? Because there's all this manipulation that hits the market the first minute of a new 5-minute turn. First minute and last minute, bunch of manipulation. So let me delete that. Let me add to this position. Okay. A plus setup on both ES and NQ. Now it's calculating per tick, so we can wean a little bit. That's why sometimes folks go, hey, can I just set up an alarm to just let me know whenever there's an A plus setup? Well, watch it. This is a calculated per tick game, right? So this isn't something where it's like, hey, today ES is going down. Just buy here and sell at the end of the day. That's not how the market works. The market, it ebbs and flows between these zones. Okay, that's how the market works. Put my stop loss at the Maverick guide. Everything's telling me this wants to pop to the downside. You have A plus setup on both ES and NQ. Red background, hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. You have a downtrend label, and Maverick Trender has been pegged to the top this entire time. But is it normal we stall out at the next zone? Yeah, totally normal. Okay, totally normal. All right, so what I'm going to do is, because this could be the world's longest YouTube video, because it is 7:37 a.m. Wall Street's still sleeping, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my screen up. We'll keep watching this trade. We'll watch these scores here. We'll watch the candles. Watch our Maverick radar, what that's saying, what the 5 traders are voting across 6 time frames. But we'll keep watching this thing. You guys know how I roll. Once it hits about 1,000, I close it out. I don't want to get greedy, and I never want to put like an account at risk, right? Okay. All right, cool. If you want clear vision on your charts, if you want some edge in the market, not financial advice, do your own research. But man, we would love, love, love to help you crush it with your trading this year. Here we go, popping down. Come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.